Hey, what's up? This is Zach here at day two of Algorand's Decipher event in Barcelona. Here with a very special guest. I'll let him introduce yourself. If you want to kick it off with your name, your position, and the company that you're here representing.
Sure. So my name is Alex. I'm the co-creator of Igo Protect, and that's the hackathon winner of the interoperability track. And
Congrats.
thanks.
Nice.
So we have the finals today in a few minutes, in a few hours actually, in the afternoon. So very welcome to come and cheer for us at 4 o'clock.
Woo! Let's go. I'm rooting. I'm not biased, but you're the only one who's asked, so
All
for
right.
sure. Let's go.
All right.
And how are you finding the event so far?
Quite nice. I think the company is quite pleasant. Like there's lots of bespoke projects, even high-flying things, and even more mature things. Like the entire spectrum is represented. So it's as a newcomer to the Algorand in general, I find it that there is a learning opportunity at every corner. And there's also lots of networking going on, so potential future collaborations that could bring some fruition, right? And apart from that, Barcelona is a chill place. So
I completely agree. Can't go wrong. Got the beach, everything. Can you tell us a bit more about your project? Like get more into the weeds about sort of how it works and the goal.
sure. What do you know about Algorand?
I mean, I'm fairly knowledgeable. I know about the low cost, fast speed, instant finality, under 3 seconds for confirmation. So I'm fairly well versed. I'm not a dev myself,
Yeah.
but I think I understand fairly well a
All
lot
right.
of the.
So it sounds like you're quite into it, actually. Do you know what's coming up in a few months? It's not yet, I think the final date is not yet official, but there is a big announcement coming up towards the end of the year.
Okay.
Staking rewards.
Right.
Yeah. And if you're somebody with Algo and you haven't got any hardware or like experience with setting up a node, participating in the network, you just have the algos in your wallet, you can't reach those staking rewards. What you can do with Igo Protect, in this case, with our platform, you can assign somebody else, somebody who has the hardware, like a computer, a server, or even a Raspberry Pi, to participate and allow you to get to those staking rewards. And the benefit for the community is that your stake now becomes online and it starts participating in the consensus. So it becomes a lot more secure through that, like the entire blockchain, I mean.
I mean, that is super cool. And can you talk about maybe some of the projects that you're working with or are utilizing the platform?
It's not in cooperation with any specific projects yet. It's more oriented towards just like individuals with the algo that would like to participate in the consensus, but that have the barrier of setting up the hardware part, right? On the one hand, it's that, and on the other hand, you've got lots of people that are quite passionate about Algorand that are running nodes freely, maybe. Just they have the electricity bill and everything on their own. They're paying it on their own behalf, and they could benefit if somebody else was also using their node, getting the staking rewards, and paying them a small fee in exchange for their service. So that's what's happening actually automatically. Our platform is not even uh, connected to this entire process. It's just based on smart contracts between the two parties, which we provide a template and then we leave it up to them so that we're not intervening in any case and it just stays completely decentralized and true to the blockchain nature.
What would you say that it's affecting like Web3 the most in terms of a vertical? Is this more of a game? Like, do you think games are going to be affected by this most? DeFi projects, just like general users, more retail, I guess, or
Yeah, I think definitely retail, and I would also count gaming as partially, not necessarily retail, but entertainment. Like put it into a similar cluster because it's something that we do basically to provide added value in our lives, to entertain ourselves, to feel good, right? That's one aspect that's driving the development of the blockchain and the Algorand community, I think, as well, based on all of the projects. And on the other hand, where I see kind of the future shifting is also kind of coupling economic procedures and activities onto the blockchain. Because in pursuit of mitigating the effects of global warming, for example, so providing more safety to societies which are getting flooded nowadays, or in fires or whatever, that have problems due to global warming, if we could somehow embrace everybody through blockchain to try and mitigate these effects. So one particular example would be having a transparent economy. So if somebody says we're net zero, okay, let's go through all of the steps which are written somewhere in a trustworthy manner, so on the blockchain, and let's see if this person or this company, this entity is really complying with everything that they promised they will deliver, and therefore align with like the values of society globally to mitigate the challenges that global warming imposes on us.
No, I mean, I think that's really cool. And obviously, that would, just like the way you explained it, then it can help normal people or just like people who are not really into Web3 see the value if it helps prevent something like climate change or global warming, whatever,
Yeah.
the idea that that could prevent natural disaster is super interesting. And even just having that data secured, I think is really important. And I agree, transparent economies, because there's been so many times where companies have said they're cutting emissions or, like the Volkswagen scandal, they said that their car was super clean and it ended up being a big polluter. So
Yeah.
there's a lot of trust issues
Exactly.
with consumers and businesses. So I totally see that being really important. Why did you choose to build this on Algorand?
I think the instant finality, short block times, yeah, in general, like the way that the entire community functions, I think aligns best with these sort of higher arching visions that we have in common, in our team at least, like the sustainability aspect. And for Igo Protect, like it's really tailored for Algorand. It's a prerequisite of making Algorand even safer and even more trustworthy so that we can continue building more impactful solutions on problems. That's the whole goal of Igo Protect, basically to elevate Algorand so that we can make something bigger out of it.
Elevate Algorand. That's awesome. All right, now this is kind of like a bit of a mix-up question here, but if you could go on podcast with any person or project in the world, in Web3 or without, like just in the world, who would it be and why?
I think the guys from TXN Labs were behind the Reti solutions. It's a similar approach to our own, where people with Algo can participate in the consensus without owning any hardware, but they forward the money or the algo from the funds, basically from the wallets of the users to the hardware owners, whereas we keep it. So it's a bit of a different public, but where I see this going is if we could just have a good chill meeting and brainstorm with them of ways to cooperate and maybe share the platform. So if somebody says, I want to go participate, I've got this algo, which solution is best for me? Then you have this single entry point which guides you to the best tailored experience for the user. And also it provides, on the other end, the people that are running the hardware. In our implementation, we base it on Python. They are basing it on Golang. So you would have two different approaches, an additional redundancy in the system. So it again aligns with the blockchain nature of making stuff secure. Even if one fails, the other one picks up. Even if one has let's say, a shortcoming or needs a new functionality, the other one perhaps already has it. So you can always do the switch.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for the amazing interview. I really appreciate it. Make sure to follow Alex on social media and follow their journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.